It is February 18th, 2021, and in this video, I'm going over the latest news for Medellin, Colombia, as well as Colombia as a whole. Follow along.
You're watching DC-born Rob, Erasing Borders.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located, and thanks for watching. Things are a little bit different today. Things aren't all back together like they should be, and they will be within a day or two. It's been a rough few days here in Houston, Texas. No power for a couple of days, which I just got yesterday. Thanks for those who checked in on me. And no water. So there you go. But let's just jump into the stories right away. Okay, first story up. Let's see. This one is from El Colombiano. The day has come. The first vaccines have already been applied in Antioquia. So the vaccines are officially in Colombia. It was supposed to start on the 20th, but they're starting a little bit earlier. And it's not just Medellin, it's Bogota, it's Cartagena. I think the only one that's really waiting a few days is Cali. Okay, so this story says, Antioqueños witness a milestone from Medellin and the department. This Thursday at the General Hospital of Medellin, the first vaccine was applied. The dose was received by the nurse Alba Rosia Montoya. With the action, the beginning of mass vaccination in the region has ushered in. Montoya is a nurse at HGM, and she belongs to an institution for 28 years of her 58 years of life. She is a woman who never went on vacation. She did not have 24 or Puente de Reyes or New Year, or she was out saving lives, says Medellin Mayor Daniel Quintero. The event of the first vaccine applied in Medellin and the department was attended by multiple officials from the mayor's office as well as government. On behalf of the national government, the Minister of Mines and Energy, Diego Mesa, made an appearance. This is a message of hope. Spring returns to Medellin. Everything will be fine. Everyone will be vaccinated, says Mayor Quintero to kick off the event. Okay, next story. This is good. It's there. Okay, I just wanted to show you this one because it's actually a picture. It's still El Colombiano, but it's a picture of what the vaccine card is going to look like. A little bit different from ours, and looks like it's going to be cut out. I don't know if it's going to be two sides, and then they're going to write, I guess, which one you took and how many doses of each that you took. But this is on its way. They are actually vaccinated in Colombia. Man, if you've been watching my channel for any period of time, Colombia has been through the ringer, man. Bogota shutdowns, opening, reopening, shutting back down, requiring PCR tests. It's been a challenge. So let's give props to Medellin and the fact that the numbers of COVID are going down. The ICU beds are going down as well. So good deal. Okay, this one is from El Heraldo. An illegal shipment of vaccines seized at Bogota airport. Yes, they are. They're trying to backdoor everything. There's always somebody trying to work a deal. Whether these vaccines are real, I think, was the question. I read the story, and I don't think it's been solidified yet either way. At the El Dorado airport in the city of Bogota, authorities seized what would be the first illegal shipment of vaccines against COVID-19 as they intended to enter the country. The National Institute of Food and Drug Surveillance and BIMA reported that today with Dian, 70 vaccines against COVID were seized that were inside the refrigerator to maintain the cold chain that is required for their conservation. According to this entity, the entry of vaccines was restricted to a passenger who was coming from a flight from the United Arab Emirates. Okay, during the inspection, it was evidence that the products were entered into the country with a label in foreign language. The quantities shown in the package list were 100 vaccines, and once reviewed, it was observed that 70% of them arrived, or 70 of them had arrived. It was also verified that no lot number on the packing list matches the label of boxes inspected, Reddit and BIMA. So there you go. They're bringing them in. Black market, you don't know what they're putting in your arm now. And this is one thing I'm going to say, okay, I feel good about taking my shots here in the U.S. versus there. Okay, there's also been an alert. There's a few stories about this, though, but counterfeit bills. Counterfeit bills will even come out of an ATM machine. Not only will your cab driver try to slip you one back as change, and we all know that scam from the taxi drivers. You go to pay in a 50, and remember 50 is like roughly $15 or something. You pass them the 50 and they just, while you've been drinking, you're sitting in the back and you hand them a 50 and they hand, oh, no, I'm sorry, this is fake, and hand it back to you. But they handed you back a different bill than you handed them. So be leery of that one too. Watch your money when the light's not on in the cab too. there's some sketchy people. I'm not saying all cab drivers are sketchy, but I don't take cabs. That's just me. Okay, so there's a few videos and few stories, but basically there's a few things that you need to look for. 50 is probably the largest bill that you're going to carry, okay, a 50 meal bill. I'm not home, so I don't have one with me, but this story says recent citizen complaints showed through social networks certain methods used by unscrupulous people to counterfeit bills of various denominations in Colombia, especially those of the 50,000, those of 50 mil. One of the forms of counterfeiting reported shows that the security hologram detaches from the counterfeit bill. So the hologram can actually be removed. Looks like they took it probably from a lower denomination and stuck it on that one. Faced with this case, the Banco de República reported that its industrial technical department identified that counterfeiters remove authentic security elements from original banknotes and stick them on counterfeit notes, which confirms that the item itself has not been reproduced. Okay. Banknotes in Colombia meet high quality standards, safety standards, which is why counterfeiters have not been able to reproduce the security features, the bank stated. Okay, so there's, let's see, I need to pull up a picture of these, but basically they have a strip that goes through it just like we do. We have like in our hundreds or 50s, we have a strip that runs through it. That strip of fibers or whatever that you can see is the first thing. Also, underneath the shell, if you touch it, there's a raised area right there. Hopefully, I'm able to find a picture. A raised area under there. And the hologram just where the shell is. If you turn the bill where the shell is, you should see it. You know, there's a swirl in it. That swirl should be rotating as you tilt the bill. So be careful on fake denominations. And again, it can come out of an ATM, believe it or not. They are working it. Okay, let's get to the crime report, guys. Okay, video, how scary. In Bogota, a man murdered another because he was looking at his girlfriend. Now, there's a video. I'm not going to show it, obviously, but it says a terrible act of intolerance occurred in Bogota where a man murdered another because he was supposedly looking at his girlfriend. The event was recorded on video cameras. The intolerant moment occurred at the exit of the bar located in the town of Santa Cecilia in Ingativa, where the aggressor undertook it against the man because he was supposedly looking at his companion. In an interview with the city TV channel, the victim's brother said that it all started because his brother was supposedly looking at the woman. The guy was upset because the woman was looking at him. The guy got upset. He made a problem inside the premises. My brother went out, but the guy went out and he crossed words, slaps him, and without further ado, takes out the gun and gives him 5 bullets point blank. The victim's brother told the media. There is video, again, right outside the store. It's crazy how they publicize everything. You know, a lot of this stuff is on Twitter and Instagram, and they're giving you links. But some of these channels, like Minuto 30, which this one is, shows a lot of this stuff on video. I don't know how they get the videos, though. But it says, as can be seen in the images released in the same medium, the man, after having a brief discussion with the victim, takes out his gun and shoots him repeatedly, and then gets into a truck and flees the scene. The injured man entered the bar and asked for help, and although he was rushed to Santa Maria del Lago Clinic, he died hours later. So there you go. Okay, now I'll put this video up here to remind me. I want to pause for a second and say, remember, if you're going to Medellin and you're going to Poblado and Laureles, make sure you stop by Sweet Georgia Cafe. That is your source for resources. Also stop by Brooklyn's in the Manila barrio of Poblado. Make sure you stop by and see Chef Jay. Tell him that I sent you. And if you do that, then a percentage of the proceeds of that check is going to go to my charity, which is Comuna 8, the El Faro neighborhood. They really need the help. From some of you guys who've actually, let me see if I can't find it. Some of you guys who have taken a pickup or drop off from the airport or ride from Andres, remember 10% of that is actually going to this charity. So I actually went back and forth with Andres a couple of days ago. He sent me a list. I wanted to make sure that I had the names of everybody who went because I wanted to give you a shout out. Thank you so much for taking Andres. That money is going to good use. I promise you. If you're going to Medellin, do a tour. Call Andres. So he's on our chat line. Do a tour of the El Faro neighborhood. I made sure to tell him, make sure they do that. Make sure she makes you pastel de pollo up there too. You need to see how they cook in the back. It is a humbling experience. And I'm telling you, it's one that you won't forget for a long time. And it's way up on the side of the mountain. You need to go. Okay, so I wanted to shout out to Scott, to Jason, to William, to Shamel, to Matthew. Matthew's from Canada. We got a lot of Canadians coming down now. And Terrence. Shout out to Terrence. He's down there having a good time now. We've been watching you, bro. And Matthew also had a couple other runs too. So, and again, he's from Canada. So, shout out to you guys for taking him for either a tour or an airport or drop off. Call Andres if you need an airport or drop off. Remember, percentages from there and from the check at Brooklands is going to this charity. Okay. Also, I just want to give a shout out to Luis, our moderator, who's doing an outstanding job, to Rose and everybody else. All you guys, we are at 110 right now. That's in 1 week. We are at 110 on our WhatsApp group. So join the group. To join the group again, shoot me an email with your name and your phone number, your WhatsApp phone number. Send it to dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com. dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com, and I'll send you a link where you can log on. Okay, we're almost at 3,000 subscribers, and it's been work for me, I'll tell you that. You know, I can go down there and take pictures of women and take pictures of clubs in Parquilletes, and I'd have shot past 3,000 a long time ago. But I'm taking a different path. If you can't tell from my videos, I want to pass on information to get you there safely and to get you back safely. That's my goal here, and to give you as much information as I can. And let me tell you something, the WhatsApp group, information galore. You need to join that group. If you have not, join it and subscribe, of course. Okay, let's jump back to the stories again. Okay, so here's one. It was a fight. It was a fight between two bus drivers in the middle of the street. Okay, and I have video. Okay, it's kind of comical, so I'll show you this one. If by some chance I get hit with a copyright strike, I'll have to take it out, but there'll be a link in the description. Okay, so it says in a video taken by passerbys, he gives an account of the spectacle. It was a spectacle too, that two bus drivers put on in the middle of the street of the municipality of Socha in Bogota. Although the reasons why the fight started are unknown, the images show that the drivers hit each other, setting up traffic and embarrassing moment in the public highway. They just stopped their buses in the middle of the road and started battling. Although it is true that any part of the country, bus drivers have altercations and exchange words, it is not uncommon to see them paralyze their activities in broad daylight, as such as a busy city for exchanging blows in the city. So hopefully I'm running this over right now, or I will follow up right now. Okay, it was crazy. This is just crazy. Okay, next story. They got scared. They were armed. They saw the police and they threw the gun. Simple as that. I thought this was weird because, okay, they saw the cops, they had guns and they threw the guns. You know, when I was there, people say it's very difficult to get a gun. From what I can tell, it's not that difficult. Okay. In the last hours of Medellin, police announced the capture of two subjects for illegally carrying weapons. According to the police report, the two subjects, upon noticing the presence of the uniformed men, tried to divest themselves of the firearm by throwing it into a wooded area, but was discovered. You get that? They divested themselves. The men who were mobilizing on the Buenos Aires Santa Elena Road were immediately captured and presented to the competent authority. Crazy. Okay, next story. Get this. Drones, helicopter, and more than 200 soldiers will guard the vaccines against COVID-19 that arrive in Medellin. That's an escort to bring the vaccines in Medellin. 200 soldiers, and they have drones flying above to make sure that they get there safely. It states that the mayor of Medellin, Daniel Quintero, confirmed that the vaccines against COVID-19 have already begun to arrive in the city. And for this, he added an important security block so that possible attacks could not harm the vaccination plan that are presented. For this, in coordination with the Secretariat of Security and Coexistence in the Metropolitan Police of the Valle de Aburrá, 251 uniformed men accompanied by the Falcon developed the schedule for receiving and distributing the vaccines in accordance with the provisions of the Presidency of the Republic of the Municipal Administration. So the vaccines are all over Colombia, baby. Yeah. And they have escorts, police escorts with drones. And I've seen some of their drones. They use drones more than they do here in the U.S. And maybe that's how they catch most of these people. Okay. Next story. And the last story. This one is about Viva Air. Viva Air moves its operations center to Medellin and creates 4 international routes. Okay, the routes announced by the airlines are to Mexico City, Cancun, and Orlando, and they are expected to handle 123,400 passengers in the first year of operation. This Wednesday, Viva Air announced that Medellin will become its main connector center. This decision was made as part of a decentralized process. According to the statement published by the airline seeks not only the decongest and decentralize the El Dorado Airport in the city of Bogota, but it also to provide travelers with unique opportunities by allowing direct access from Medellin to more markets. So there you go. This is the latest news update. It is February 18th, 2021. This is our latest news update. Make sure you join the WhatsApp group. If you are getting any benefit out of my videos, do me a favor, go down and hit the subscribe button, click the bell to be alerted of any new videos, and like. Like helps the YouTube algorithm. It does work. Much appreciated. You guys be safe.
We have a YouTube channel. Like it.
Please comment and share if you like the video. Please subscribe and kick the bell.